enticed by sex, money, and power, and capitulated, as these hadiths testify, and the Quran confirms, Islam is finished. The credibility of its lone prophet is tarnished beyond redemption. His motivations are exposed for all to see. As a result, Qusay becomes the founder of Islam. Muhammad is simply a self-serving promoter. And Khadija's profitable profit plan suddenly becomes the only viable explanation. More devastating still, these events do not stand alone. Muhammad admitted that Islam was designed to enrich himself at the expense of others. We have examined his confessions, and his behavior from this point on, as chronicled by the Hadith, becomes entirely focused on sex, power, and money. As for Satan, Muhammad confessed to being demon-possessed. According to the Quran, his neighbors recognized the signs. They even offered to help him exorcise his demons. The fact that Muhammad admitted to having been inspired by Satan has caused many to say that Islam is satanic, and not without just cause. The evidence is overwhelming. The symbols used throughout the Islamic scriptures are all from the occult. The snake, personification of Satan, led Abraham to the Kaaba and revealed its foundations. A snake is the only creature said to have lived in the Kaaba. The darkened or crescent moon, another satanic symbol representing counterfeit light, is the religion's logo. Allah was a moon god. He swore by the moon. His stone was black. The darkness of night is the best time to worship him and recite his message. The Quran was endorsed by jinn, demons from Satan's tribe. Muhammad listened to soothsayers. He believed in magic spells. An occultist saved his father's life. Another wanted to lay with him. Even the seal of prophethood on Muhammad's back was said to look like an apple, the image of satanic temptation. And Satan played a starring role in the Quran, being named 10 times more often than Muhammad. Then there's the Quran's depiction of Allah. He spends his time in Satan's realm, tormenting the inmates of hell. He is never shown playing with the virgins in paradise. Allah, like Satan, is sadistic. He leads men astray, shackles them, and drags them into hell, where he is personally involved, using their bodies as the faggots for his fires. He turns men on a spit, makes them eat thorns, and pours boiling water on them for what he calls their entertainment. Some will protest that the same book and prophet call Allah merciful, and they claim that Satan is their foe. But that is the greatest proof of all. Satan never identifies himself. He is the master of camouflage. The Quranic orders to crucify unbelievers and wipe infidels out to the last, followed by Allah is merciful and kind, is perfectly transparent. It's exactly what the devil would do, appear to be divine while inspiring devilish behavior. In fact, the behavior in Allah's heaven would lead men to the biblical hell. Satan is the master of deceit. Black is white. The lie becomes true, and everything leads away from a relationship with the one true God. There are but 3 differences between Satan and Allah, and those differences cause me to believe that Islam wasn't wholly satanic. Satan is real. He is powerful and brilliant. Allah was imagined. He was impotent and foolish. Much of Islam was Muhammad's doing. He is to be despised, not pitied. He, like the demonic spirit that inspired him, must be exposed and rebuked. The Hadith claims that the Quranic remedy for the satanic indulgence is the 53rd Surah. Let's see if Team Islam gets itself out of trouble, or if it digs itself in even deeper.
The star
is named after Satan.
Quran 53 verse 1. I call to witness the star when it dips,
a.k.a. the morning star, the very name Isaiah ascribed to Halal bin Shakar, the demon we call Lucifer.
Your companion, Muhammad, is neither confused, deceived, nor misled, nor does he speak out of his own desire,
unless he's tempted with sex, power, and money.
It is a revelation revealed. He was taught this Quran by the supreme intellect, Gabriel.
Actually, Lucifer.
One free from any defect in body or mind. For he, Gabriel, rose and became stable in stately form, clear to view, while he was in the highest part of the horizon. Then he approached and came closer. Then he prostrated. He was at a distance of but 2 bow lengths, or even nearer.
so that there will be no confusion. Each time Gabriel's name was read in this last quotation from the 53rd surah, it was actually inserted by the translators and is not there in the text itself. The claim that he was bowing, however, in this passage is telling. Neither Gabriel nor Lucifer would ever have bowed to any man, so Muhammad is ad-libbing here. Since the hadith says that Gabriel was the source of Quranic inspiration, Islam has tumbled into the abyss, no matter how this verse is interpreted.
Bukhari, Allah's apostle used to listen to Gabriel whenever he came, and after his departure he used to recite the Quran as Gabriel had recited it. Gabriel used to meet him every night to teach him the Quran.
But we have been told that Allah was the supreme intellect, that he was the most wise, all-knowing, and that he had no partners. Since Allah's Gabriel would never claim a superior position to Allah, this cannot be Gabriel. So who might it be? Here are some clues. The surah is named after Halal bin Shakar, the arrogant one who is the son of the rising sun, and it's presented in connection with the satanic verses. By way of witness, the
star
is calling himself the
supreme intellect, one free from any defect in body or mind.
The only angel who considered himself to be superior to God was Halal bin Shakar, Satan. For such blasphemy, Satan was thrown out of heaven. So now he says he's not only landed on his feet in perfect stately form, he has risen. As clearly as words allow, he has just told us that he has fulfilled biblical prophecy and transformed himself into an angel of light to deceive a Gentile messenger with a new gospel and prostration. You'll find a complete analysis of Isaiah and Paul's prophecies and their Islamic fulfillment in the Mein Kampf chapter, starting on page 380, which we will read to you later. The satanic verse goes on to say,
Quran 53, verse 10, So he did reveal to his slave whatever he revealed. The prophet's heart did not falsify what he perceived he saw. Will you then dispute with him about what he saw? For indeed he saw him.
Him who?
At a second descent.
Oops, a descent is a journey down.
Near the Lot tree, beyond which none may pass. Near it is a garden of abode, the seventh heaven.
Therefore Muhammad's heaven is down, not up.
When that covered the Lot tree which did cover it, the sight turned not aside, nor did it go wrong.
I really did see him. At least I perceived I saw him. Why don't you believe me?
Indeed, he did see of the greater signs of his Lord.
Methinks, no, me knows, he doth protest too much, especially since we're in the realm of satanic verses and pagan gods.
Quran 53, verse 19. Have you then seen or thought upon Alat and Aluza, the two idols of the pagan Arabs, and considered another, the third goddess, Manat, of the pagan deities?
Manat was an afterthought because she was not part of the Quraysh bargain. Now for Allah's copy edits.
What? For you sons, the male sex, and for him daughters, the female? Are yours the males, and his the females? Behold, such would be indeed a division most unfair.
Muhammad just jumped from the devil's frying pan into the hellfires of sexism and discrimination. He is saying that Alat, Al-Uzza, and Manat can't be Allah's daughters, nor goddesses because they are girls. In plain English, it would be an injustice for men to have sons and for gods to have daughters because women are worthless. It's little wonder the Islamic politicians and clerics, who depend on Islam for their status, power, and wealth, threaten to kill anyone willing to expose this nonsense.
Quran 53, verse 23, These are nothing but names which you have invented, you and your fathers, for which Allah has sent down no authority.
Yes, they are names, names given to them by Muhammad's forefathers, just like Allah's name. Projecting one's flaws onto an opponent is standard political fare.
They follow nothing but conjecture and what they themselves desire, whereas guidance has come to them from their Lord. Nay, shall man have anything he hankers after, whatever he covets?
It sure seemed to work for Muhammad. The career move from prophet to profiteer would satiate his every craving. For example, when Muhammad wanted more women,